G'day everybody, here we are in the Fun Factory, March 25th 2020, and what strange times we're in and in for. Perhaps we're socially isolating and going to be spending probably a bit more time in the shed rather than being out at the field flying. We're probably not going to be going out doing a lot of flying and mixing with others, so just to stay a bit connected, a bit socially connected, we thought that we would just put a few videos up showing a bit of what we're doing. So just recently we have, I'll just come over here, we have pulled another Mustang out of our molds. So this one here, we can see it. Where are we? There you are. This is Valhalla, and this one is going to be, mine. So the way that we work here, hey?
Your new one.
Yeah, this is my new one. I always, someone else always gets the new one, so finally this one's mine. The way that we work it here is that Richard's the brains. So he makes the plugs, CNC router, CNC mill, all designed on the computer. So he makes plugs, then together we both hop in and make the molds, and then once we've got the molds I do the painting. I generally put all the masks in, paint them up, and then we both lay the pieces up, lay the parts up. So that's a joint thing. Once the bits are all laid up, Richard does the fit up. Generally he installs motors, puts all the workings into it.
The bits that make it work.
Yep. So currently, because this is a new Mustang, we thought we would start the process showing basically how we put it together, because it's just the shell at the moment. The only thing that's been done to that is we've put the tailplane in, glued the tailplane in, and also just the rudder post got glued in last night, but it's basically just a raw shell. What Richard's working on now is what we call I don't know, it's like a motherboard. Is that what you call it, Richard? Which is just, it's actually quite a clever 3D shape. If you can see this, there's one there, and it's like it's the hub of the Mustang, where
all the radio bits are stuck.
All the bits.
Main bits anyway.
It's two-sided, so we've got all the workings on one side, so that we can get at our isolation switches. We've got receiver, we've got electron, the electron work,
Retract controller.
the controller, we've got a gyro,
Telemetry.
We've got a Q switch. We use one of the Boomer RC Q switches with the remote. So we don't have a hatch in any of our planes anymore because we use the remote. Yeah, that's with the Mustangs. We also don't like getting down on our knees and climbing underneath, screwing wings on. So we've got this pretty fancy stand.
PVC pipe.
PVC pipe, but it means that we just stand the plane up, and we're working at a very gentlemanly height, standing up, not down our knees. Do we have it? Oh yeah, we've got it out here. Hang on, we'll go for a wander outside. This is the stand, and okay, Richard's going to bring the plane over. Hi cat, Wonder Cat. So the plane, can we see what's going on there? Yep, righto. Goes into the stand, like so. And then of course everything then, where are we? Can you see that? Everything, all the workings, it's all at this height. There we go. It's at a really, so this is the board This is the board that he's working on at the moment with isolation switches. So when we take the plane out to the field, we turn our batteries on, and then we just plug everything in. So wings get plugged in. Once it's all on, put the retracts down, lift it out of the stand, and for the rest of the day we just use this, we just use the remote. We just use the key remote. As I said, it's a Boomer RC Q switch, and no hatch required. So nice and neat. At the end of the day, back into the stand, unplug everything, turn the batteries, to isolate the batteries so they're not trickle draining them, and so on. So this board where everything goes, Richard solders all the bits on like this, and that's so that we don't just end up with a great big, you know, just a big heap of conglomeration of wires all yeah, you don't want like that. You know, you look into some planes like ours used to be, just a great big spaghetti mess. So Mr. Neat here does it all beautiful, tucks everything away all neatly.
OCD.
Mr. OCD. No, he's not actually OCD. Just likes designing things.
But it evolves. Like this is the sixth one of these we've done.
It is. This Valhalla is number 6 Mustang out of the moulds.
So it just gets neater and cleverer each time.
Yeah, as you see what needs doing.
What works and what doesn't work.
And how you can improve it. Yep. So also on this, so this goes in. I've got my battery phone on charge at the moment on a plug. So this, if we show you, I'll hold it and Richard's going to put it in. So this is, hang on a minute, I'm just going to turn this around. Rightio. So this goes in from the bottom. Hang on, I'll just take. So there's the Mustang in a stand. So it goes in. We've got just a couple of little CNC cut
rails.
Just rails to go into. So it sits on the rails like that, so that when it's in the stand, we can get at the switches, we can get at the plugs, plug the wings in so that the retracts and the ailerons, everything all goes out to the wings. But on the other side of this board, we flip it round, and then we come in from here. This opening, where's
Hold that.
I'll hold this. It doubles as, it's going to fall out if you hold that up from the bottom. Got a little, no, it's fallen out. Basically it's a little holder for a cockpit.
Very rudimentary cockpit instrument panel.
Just an instrument panel fits into the space, so it doubles. So the other side of this board is also a holder for the instrument panel. Yeah. So that'll, once it's all soldered up and everything's installed on this fancy little motherboard, it goes in like that when it's all stuck in. So that's the beginning of my Valhalla. So the first bit that's actually working, got a battery, one battery plugged in, and got our Q switch. Ta-da! There we go. So that light just shows that the Q switch, that the switch is on, working, and there'll be another light there, and that'll be for the ignition, so that we'll know when the ignition's on. And then when we want to turn that off, again you've got your switch. Oops, pull that down. And there she goes. Pretty cool, eh?